Good morning, it's Marlon Williams here. I'm going to be hosting Rage for the next wee while. Grab a green smoothie, get some eggs, let's get into it. Outcast to one of my first loves. I remember I sang The Whole World at a talent quest at a pool once. And this is my favourite track of theirs. This is an early one. This is Elevators, Me and You. Sometimes I run, sometimes I hide. Sometimes I'm scared of you when all I really want is to hold you tight. This song is such a vulnerable portrayal of love, and it absolutely kills me. This is Sometimes by Britney Spears. The next song is Tears by the Crocodiles. This is just a masterful piece of songwriting. This is one of my favourite songs that's ever come out in New Zealand. The incredible Jenny Morris singing, Bruno Lawrence on drums. It's just got like the most smooth little key changes in it, and it just kicks ass. Tears. When I first moved to Australia in 2013, I knew about AC/DC, I knew about Cold Chisel, but my friend brought me in a little deeper and introduced me to this incredible song. This is My Pal by God. Have you ever heard the term wyating? Wyating is what you do when you put music on at the end of the night, when you want everyone to leave. It comes from Robert Wyatt, whose music is famously difficult to listen to for some people. But his wife was really unhappy with that term becoming widespread, and so am I. This is Shipbuilding by Robert Wyatt. Kia ora tātou, ko Marlon Williams aho, and you're watching Rage. This next song's my 3 a.m. pop swan song. This is what I play just before I dip in a magical trail of fairy dust. This is Fade Away by Susan Sumfor. So I figured this next song had enough of like a backbeat on it that I could justify making a hip-hop video. This is Rere Mai Ngaro. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm Marlon Williams. Hope you've enjoyed some of these choice cuts. Tune in later on tonight. I'm going to be bringing out even more bangers, more slow jammers, everything. See you then. Kia ora, I'm Marlon Williams, and tonight I'm doing the Rage Takeover. We're going to be sitting around for a few hours, playing you my favourite tunes. I'll bring them in, I'll bring them out, grab some popcorn. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Marlon Williams, and you know what it is. US girls from Canada. It's the brainchild of Meg Remy, and they just push boundaries in the most subtle of ways, and they stay funky while they do it. This is So Typically Now by US Girls. This next song is by the incredible Beth Gibbons. Saw her play at Sydney Opera House a couple of weeks ago, and it blew my tiny little mind. This song's called Mysteries, and never has a song that started with the words, God knows how I adore life, been so horribly sad. Vanessa Worm is one of my favourite musical discoveries of the last few years. She's from Invercargill in New Zealand, and she makes some of the scariest, most confronting music I've ever heard. I saw her live last year in the middle of a forest, and I was terrified. This is Vanessa Worm, Lost Memories. When I heard Laura Jean's self-titled album a few years ago, it changed the way I think about music. And then she put out Devotion, and the song changed the way, just completely changed it again. This is incredible pop writing. This is Touchstone by Laura Jean. The next song is Waxahachie and MJ Lenderman, Right Back to It. This is a beautiful duet about falling back in with an ex and, not being able to break the habit. It's about as good a way as you can say it in the song. This next song is paper thin and snarly as hell. This is Lost Animal with Lose the Baby. Can't sleep, huh? Neither can I. Let's listen to some music. It took me a long time to get into any electronic music. I was a real late bloomer, but like many people, Mr. Wiseau was the way in. This is Flat Beat. When you watch the Jackson 5 play live, it's like watching athletes. It's true grace. This is I Want You Back by the Jackson 5. The Bats are one of the best things that New Zealand's ever done. And this is Lowline, the first single off their new album. I love Paul Kelly. This is Dumb Things. This next song is called Aotearoa, and it features me being therapized on a boat in the harbour. This next song goes out to my Nana Ripika, R.I.P. This is Ka Hore He Manue.